You're watching the News 4 special coverage of the Future Masters at the Robert Trent Jones Highlands Golf Course. Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Dothan.
Well, happy Thursday, Wiregrass. We are live from the Highland Oaks Golf Course. It is day 6 of the 74th annual Press Thornton Future Masters, and we have tons of action to go. Welcome into this special edition of Live at Lunch from the Future Masters. I'm Nick Brooks.
And I am Brianna Jones. As Nick mentioned, there is so much action still left out here at the Highlands. We have already crowned 3 Future Masters winners, but guess what? We have one more to go, folks. If you're new to the Wiregrass like myself, here's a refresher on what the Future Masters is. Created in 1950 by the late Press Thornton, the Future Masters is one of the most traditionally rich junior golf tournaments in the world. It was created to provide a stage for golf's brightest stars and serve home to sportsmanship, the thrill of competition, and just the love of golf. Sometimes the golfers right here in Dothan go on to be highly ranked professionals. We have definitely seen it happen.
Now, you may be used to a different location for the Future Masters. Just before last year's tournament, plans went in place for the Future Masters to be at the Highlands while the Dothan Country Club undergoes renovations. Now, Highland Oaks has not served as the location for the Future Masters in 20 years when the Dothan Country Club was also under renovation. Now, while organizers have been excited to partner with the Highlands, they cannot wait to get back to the Country Club when they celebrate 75 outstanding years.
Well, despite all the fun we've been having at the Future Masters, Mother Nature hasn't been too nice to these golfers who were already adjusting to that course change.
Well, Bree, today maybe another day we run into those high rain chances. Let's go to the expert now who can tell us more. Forewarns meteorologist Zach Hatcher out here with us. What do we need to know, Zach?
Well, Nick, I think I've got it made in the shade out here. Probably don't need these, but we do have temperatures warming up in the 80s out here. We're about 84 in Dothan, dry, and that's pretty good. I don't expect much rain today, but a few areas will get rained on. It's 85 in Troy, 85 in Destin, 82 in Blakely. And here's a look at the heat index. Already feels like upper 80s and lower 90s. Doppler radar with a few showers, mainly in Jackson County. These are moving toward the north and east pretty slowly, but most of the map not seeing any rain for now. And I think through the day we'll keep that 30 to 40% chance. So yes, a couple heavy showers with some lightning could be possible out here before the day is over with. But as always, we'll keep an eye on it. And a golf course is not really the best place to be during lightning. That's why there's always lightning delays. And I bet you they wouldn't let me play golf. I'd probably be pretty green at it.
Nick, Zach, don't say that word delay too close to Nick. He really had to deal with it early this week, so I'm sure he's over that.
I'll take it back.
We appreciate it. Thanks, Zach.
Well, you just never know of some of the people who could get their fresh start on the golf course down here in the Circle City. In the 70-year history of the Future Masters, there have been 7 club professionals to go on to do big things. Let's look at the life of David William Reagan from Daytona Beach, Florida. After winning the Future Masters back in 1954, he went on to golf for the Gators at the University of Florida, winning the school's first 2 SEC championships. Later, Reagan made it on to the PGA Tour, where he played in the 1950s and 60s, even going against Arnold Palmer. I mean, amazing. He's most notably finished second in the PGA Tour to Jack Nicklaus in 1963.
Well, there are quite a few Wiregrass natives you may catch out on the course this week. In fact, there are a total of a lot more than 10, actually. A few have been added over the past couple days with some withdrawals from our area. In the 11 to 12 age group, we have 3 players, all from Dothan. That include Wiley Alford, Douglas Lee, and Max Steppenpool. The bulk of our local players can be found in the 15 through 18 age group. A little more than 7 players making that list, with players like Trenton Abels, Nicholas Cook, Mason Crowder, John Ed Steed, Parker Trawick participating in that 13 to 14 age group, and Jay Wilson, and last but not least, Luke Thornton, the great grandson of the tournament creator.
That's right, Nate. Well, course adjustment is something everyone is getting acclimated with, but it impacts the players more than anyone. Longtime Future Masters participant Matthew Renner joins us now to talk more about that. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate you joining us, like she said. Matthew, how difficult has this course adjustment been? Were you able to get a practice round in yesterday?
Yeah, I was lucky. I was one of the few groups to finish before the storm came in. So, but I'd definitely say it's a lot different than Dothan Country Club. But I mean, it's still a super fun course, and it definitely has its challenges. So yeah, I'm interested to see how the court's going to play out for the rest of the week.
Absolutely. Do you feel like you had to practice a little bit different because it's, you know, the greens are a little more slopier here? It's just a big adjustment overall, but do you have to practice different?
So yesterday, I mean, one of the big things, like, I just struggled with, like, understanding the greens. So I definitely spent some time just looking on the greens and seeing how to navigate around the course and maybe where not to miss and where you should miss if you miss. So yeah.
Now, you said you got that practice run in. I know the gnats seem to come out when it gets a little bit hotter. Have you gotten used to some of that stuff? I know you've played here a couple times, obviously not here, but in Dothan. So have you gotten used to the gnats maybe bothering you while you're either teeing off or putting?
Yeah, so the gnats are a pain in the butt, but I mean, if you have some bug spray, it helps a lot, so don't forget the bug spray.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. We wish you good luck as you start your journey, obviously, towards that blue jacket and some more trophies here. But good luck on your tee time, and hope you have a great first round.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Matthew.
Well, and speaking of these golfers, we take a look at the leaderboards here. Enterprise native John Ed Steed tied for third right now. He narrowly missed a putt for eagle on 7 that would have tied him for the lead. Obviously, very exciting to see these Wiregrass natives competing at a high level.
Well, still to come on our special edition of Live at Lunch, how has the weather impacted the workflow of the groundskeeping crews?
And plus, we caught up with that man I just mentioned, John Ed Steed, one of the most promising golfers in the Wiregrass. Hear from him ahead of his run for the Blue Jacket after the break.
Well, before we go to break, guys, we got a little trivia to throw at you. We mentioned earlier, so I hope you guys were paying attention. When was the last time the Future Masters was played at the Highland Oaks golf course? Lock those answers in, and we'll let you know right after the break.
You're watching the News 4's special coverage of the Future Masters at the Robert Trent Jones Highlands Golf Course. Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Dothan.
Before the break, we left you thinking with some Future Masters trivia. When was the last time the Future Masters was played at the Highland Oaks golf course? Hopefully you lock those answers in, because if you said 2002, you are correct. Well, on a golf course, the groundskeeping crew has an important role, really, on the course that many people can overlook sometimes. Jeff Andrews and his crew work to keep the course looking good and up to par in the golfers' eyes. They keep the greens clean, fairways fair, and roughs not too rough. Without the team, the athletes would not be able to play on a beautiful and smooth course. After extra hours due to the storms running through the Wiregrass, viewers were still able to watch the athletes and see the local critters thanks to some cleanup.
It has affected it big time. We came in Wednesday morning, had a little over 30 trees on the ground. So the staff here has put in a lot of hours to try to get ready for that this week. And it's, you know, luckily we have a great staff at Highland Oaks. Everybody helps and it just all comes together.
Well, fans come in and get to kick their feet up enjoying some high-intensity golf, but not everyone gets the chance to meet the people making it all happen. I am joined now by Angela Wade-Turner, tournament coordinator. Angela, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to get out into the golf course for a while.
Absolutely. I know you have a busy schedule. For the folks at home, can you just let us know what all your day consists of?
Oh, well, I get here about 5:30 in the morning, get everything ready for our 6:30 tee times that go off every morning. Then we play golf, hopefully with no delays until dark. Then I deal with the media, I deal with golf coaches that are here. We have a lot of golf coaches that are recruiting. This is a great recruiting field for so many. Answering a lot of questions, dealing with any issues that come up. I fixed a golf cart. We've done all kind of issues. We've handled them, but Robert Trent Jones staff have been wonderful, and we're just so happy and thankful that they allowed us to have this opportunity to come here.
Well, we're thankful to have you, because without you, I mean, you said fix the golf cart?
I did.
And you really did. We didn't even realize all the talents you have. How long have you been involved with this, and how did you get involved with it?
If I tell you that, I'll tell you how old I am. But I started very young. This is my 27th tournament.
Oh, wow, 27. Can you describe some of your most memorable or favorite moments working this tournament?
Just the people, just seeing these kids. You know, I had a kid a while ago, his dad showed me his picture of his son now, who is 3. And we've had kids that have been playing here now, are golf coaches. And so they're coming back, and we're seeing these kids that I've been seeing all of these years, and then watching them on the PGA Tour. I mean, they are so many names that have been here. And just getting to bond with these people, their families, we get to know them, and just to be a part of their lives for a week is just very, you know, makes a lot of special memories for all of us.
Absolutely. Angela, why do you think this tournament is so profound and has had some of the success it has?
Well, it's not just us, it's the whole entire community, Brianna. The restaurants open up and they're excited for everybody. The hotels are excited to see people. The whole community just opens up and welcomes these people to their home. And it's just a very, very special tournament in that regards.
Well, again, Angela, we thank you so much for all your help, and I'm sure we'll chat soon.
We will. Thank you so much for being here, and all you guys do.
Of course, we appreciate you. Thank you. Zach.
And now, from the Forewarn Weather Center, meteorologist Zach Hatcher.
Well, out here on the golf course, the sun is beaming down, but I guess we'd rather have that than torrential downpours. However, there's potential for some heavy rain today in spots, so we'll have to watch out for that. But the sun's warming us up fast. It's already in the middle 80s for most of the area. It's 84 in Dothan, 85 in Troy, 86 in Crestview. Dew points in the lower 70s, and really we're just gonna keep this going through the day with those showers holding off for now. And there are a few showers in Jackson County, but those are moving toward the north and east. And so far nothing for Houston County, nothing in the Dothan area, but through the afternoon we're going to watch for potential for maybe a few showers to develop. It's not going to be nearly as bad as yesterday with all that flash flooding, but still some heavy rainfall over already saturated ground is going to cause trouble. And we'll just keep temperatures around upper 80s today in spots. That'll be warm enough with feel like temperatures in the middle 90s. And tomorrow morning, waking up with lower 70s. We'll be low 70s tomorrow morning, and then Friday ends the day with upper 80s. Feel like temperatures at least around 92 to 94. A few showers tomorrow, and then Saturday and Sunday looking to be much drier. Good beach days for the weekend, and hopefully those waves are not going to be crashing too much. Could still be a red flag tomorrow, but we're looking for maybe a yellow flag for the weekend. And temperatures warming back up again by the time we hit Tuesday, Wednesday, starting to see that rise in temperatures. 93 around Wednesday, 94 around Thursday. And that's going to be hot for next week.
Well, thanks, Zach. It's a big day for hundreds of junior golfers as the 15 to 18-year-olds go for the coveted blue jacket. Among them, John Ed Steed, one of the top golfers from right here in the Wiregrass. Now, I caught up with him ahead of his third run in the Future Masters. Baseball runs deep in the Steed family, a sport John Ed played for about a decade, but he has since turned that bat in for a club.
I kind of picked up golf when I was 12, 13 years old and just started playing. We lived on the golf course, so I was kind of around it all the time, but I just kind of picked it up serious probably 4 years ago.
And now in his third Future Masters, this time at the Highlands, his best chance yet to win it all.
I've always played out here a good bit with Grandpa and Uncle, so I mean, I think it'll be a big advantage with how slopey these greens are and knowing where to hit it off the tee. And the greens, with the pins being in pretty tough spots, I'm sure they'll place them pretty hard. So just knowing where to hit it and leave the ball I think it's a good advantage.
A few of his personal bests on this course, good enough to make some PGA players jealous.
I've shot a few 66s, 67s out here, so we'll see if we can't get hot one day and have a low round.
His golf game doesn't go unnoticed. General Chairman King Thornton certainly high on the Enterprise High School golfer.
John Ed Steed, who is one of the best junior players around, I think he will. It wouldn't surprise me if he won the tournament. I don't want to put any pressure on him, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if he did.
To have him say that, it's great. I love that guy, and it was really good to be one of the top golfers out here, and it would be awesome to win it.
Well, Steed is currently tied for 5th at 1 under through his first 9 holes. Now let's check in with with Howard with Mr. Food Test Kitchen. What are you making for us today?
Today, we're using a few of summer's best veggies to whip up a dish that's restaurant special. It's so easy, you might feel guilty once you taste how good it is.
Well, here's another trivia question to get you really thinking. There are 36 states represented this year at the Future Masters. Which state leads with the most players?
When it comes to making dinner this time of year, we look for ideas that are fresh and quick, and whenever possible, take advantage of our bounty of fresh veggies. With that in mind, I know you're going to love today's light-tasting pasta dish that's tossed with a confetti of roasted veggies. We start by cutting up a few plum tomatoes, some zucchini, summer squash, and an onion. All that goes into a bowl and gets tossed with some olive oil, garlic, salt and pepper. Next, we place our veggies on a ribbed baking sheet and into a hot oven they go until they're tender and the edges are brown. While they roast, we'll boil up some angel hair pasta, and that can be regular or whole grain. Once our pasta is tender, we'll drain it, then we'll toss it with the roasted veggies and the pan drippings, a little fresh basil, and a bit of grated Parmesan cheese, and it's time to dig in. Simple, yes. Fresh tasting, you bet. Budget friendly, of course it is. To get the easy recipe for our fresh garden pasta, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly, our resident pasta lover in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found fresh from the garden way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, a broken line of showers has developed in the Panhandle. These are moving toward the north and east. We have some around the Mariana area, both east and west of there. Some showers going from west to east in Washington County, a few in Walton County, and there could be more developing before the afternoon is over with, but it's not expected to be nearly as bad as yesterday. There's still potential for some heavy rainfall in spots as well as some lightning strikes, so something to keep in mind going through the rest of the day. Here is your 7-day forecast that we will finally get to, so that's good. Temperatures in the middle to upper 80s today, 88 Friday with a lower rain chance tomorrow. The weekend looks really good with very low rain chance, only 10%, so maybe a stray shower Saturday and Sunday. Should be a good beach weekend, low 90s. Still remember the sunblock, you might get burned. I got burned last weekend, it can happen. 90 on Monday with some more showers coming back in, then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday looking dry next week.
Well, that is good to know. I know we've had a lot of rain this week, so I'm happy to hear some dryness come into the Wiregrass, that's for sure.
It'll help out, and especially with this golf course.
Sounds good.
Well, before we go, here is the answer to our final Future Masters trivia question. which state is represented the most for this year's tournament. With 90 players on the course from this state, come on guys, you got to know the answer. Sweet home Alabama. Where else would the most players?
There you
Give
go.
it up.
Hoping we don't
Sweet
have any
home
copyrights
Alabama.
on that one.
Oh gosh, we did good. That was perfect. So of course Alabama is taking on. Here's another look at the leaderboard, folks. John and Steve from Enterprise is killing it right now.
Tied for second
That's right.
through 10 holes if he can keep it up. He said earlier in that package we showed 66, 67 was his low. If he hits that today, he could very well be in the top of the leaderboards the rest of the week. So hoping he keeps that up. Love to see these local kids. Love to see all these kids doing well out here for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We are watching, guys. We'll have more content from the Future Masters all throughout our evening show, so be sure to tune back in. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.